Konnichiwa Nakama, I am your host, Locum23. You're joining me for Fallout Shelter on the PC. Horsemen of the Post-Apocalypse, Part 3. Knock 'em down. Kill Famine, Pestilence, and War. War versus Pestilence versus Famine. Warshippers versus Pests versus Hungry. Everyone's arrived at Vault 226, ready to fight. But we shouldn't leave anything to chance. Let's wade through the carnage and make sure none of the horsemen survived. That will be there when we get back. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. Today has been a very lengthy day for me. Ooh, okay, not bad. So, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Today there was a news outlet that's reported that IKEA had a grand opening in my city, surprisingly. Don't shoot! It's only me, Drusilla. You know why this vault was abandoned? It was meant to house Vortex least punctual employees, but they didn't make it to safety in time. You could say they were terminated for tardiness. Oh! Anyway, the horsemen are down below. Go get them! So, IKEA opened at a grand opening beginning of June, right? Alright, so they hired some temporary employees. They went to a place that said, hey, you know, we need some employees. You do, you know, hiring. Is there, you know, any way you could find us some employees that would be willing to do a temporary job for 2 weeks for our grand opening? They said, sure. Well, they found the employees. The employees did the work. The employees were thus terminated after the job was done, but they did not receive pay for said job. Now, IKEA is to blame because IKEA has not wrote any checks. Okay? That's first and foremost. IKEA never commented about that. Never commented back to the reporters, never said anything, never addressed it. Okay? So right now, until proven otherwise, IKEA is to blame, especially since the people that are the party that hired the workers is saying, hey, yo, we would love to pay you, but we got no money. You know, there's no money. Starve the beast to make it stronger. So, long story short, people want to blame that third party. That quote-unquote, the company should have paid the employees regardless of IKEA paying them. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Could you imagine paying employees 2 weeks' pay without getting any payment from the people that you hired those employees for? Could you imagine how quickly they would go out of business? You would be throwing imaginary money that probably doesn't exist to begin with out the door, because you, as a third party, as a middleman hiring for that big company, you don't get paid either until, you know, if you're hungry for famine because you're just about to get served. So, I don't think people get that. I got that very simple concept when I was 18 years old and I got my first temp job through Manpower. And pretty much that job was working for Bath and Body Works back in the day. And I got hired on making $10 an hour, which back then was pretty good. And I worked it for 2 solid months, 40 hours a week. It was a fun job to me. It was fun. I was working in a factory, making candles, filling, you know, making the bottles that people put soap in, doing all kinds of shit. So for me, it was all new experience. It was all new, building up new work experience, right? That's what you want to do when you're young. My first ever job was working in a chicken fast food place. And I did it all. I went all the way through cooking, cleaning, customer service, the whole 9 yards. Life is a disease, and pestilence is the cure. Basically, doing fast food is no one's dream job unless you love food. Which then I suggest taking some culinary classes, getting a degree in it, and becoming a chef, and opening your own business. And then it's not fast food, now is it? Long story short, me and a buddy got in an argument, and pretty much my other friends were chiming in on my side because my buddy was being an idiot. And he was like, well, those people are to blame. They should have never went to a temp agency to begin with. Well, do you know their story? Do you happen to know if maybe they got laid off? Pestilence, get ready for a beatdown of oh, wow. Epidemic proportions. There we go. Whew, brain fart. Because I'm trying to multitask 2 things at once. do things at once as well as keeping the story straight and remembering everything and trying to recall it and blah blah blah. We only have two floors left to recall. Okay, so you don't know the stories of those people. The one woman who was on the television talking about how she hadn't got paid in 2 weeks and really needed the money and needed to support her family. You don't know her story. She could have got laid off or fired or been on disability or something happened to her and she needed a job ASAP for her family. You don't know. War is beautiful. And you don't know her story. So pretty much, again, when I was 18 and younger, I had gone around and applied for different shifts, different positions, different everything. And based on my work experience, I had done 2 to 3 different things at the time when I was 18. One was working fast food. Actually, no, 3 to 4. One was working fast food. 2 was work with Alzheimer's patients and take care of them, basically changing them, feeding them, doing what all needs to be done. Hold on here. Are you to thank for the opportunity to reclaim my armor? The devastation you've caused, the slaughter, it's glorious. War will stand supreme with you as my lieutenants. Join me unless you want me on your hands. Never leave the wasteland in peace or stick around in pieces. You decline with mediocre wordplay, so be it. Hopefully we get that armor. Or his gun. Or maybe both. So, I'd worked with Alzheimer's patients, changing them and everything, and then I went on to do the temp job. Now, I had applied for other jobs, flat out. Also, before that, I had done a little bit of computer, okay, how can I put this? I had dropped out of school at 16. I had gotten my GED. School for me, I was in the college tech prep class in my school. Which basically meant you jumped. So imagine when you go into normal high school. I'm sure you remember it, right? There's Algebra 1, and there's Geometry 1, and there's all this crap. It's just basic. You know, science and literature. I had to jump up to college level because you're going to go into college in 2 years. You think the overseer appreciates us? What? Are you serious? Of course I do. Let's go ahead and heal up. Might as well. So when I went into my first job, which was fast food, when I was going to school. When I was going to school, I was multitasking StarCraft tournaments at night. I was multitasking doing the college prep, tech prep, whatever. Okay, you get the gist. I was multitasking that. College prep, tech prep program. There we go. That's gonna. I have a glitch in my brain where that pisses me off if I don't say it right. Nothing in this room. Okay. Besides rat roaches. So pretty much I was multitasking a job. Well, long story short, I built experience up through ambition and pretty much being intelligent and everything else. Well, he pretty much goes out and says, well, you shouldn't ever do a temp job. It's horrible. You should wait and you should apply directly to the company and everything. Well, see, the problem is, with temp agencies, I can go out right now to a temp agency. You fill out your test, you do everything, you do the requirements. I can get a job probably tomorrow. Some places I've went to in my past, I've got a job that day. Because I had already filled out the test, or I'd done them really early in the morning. They call you in the afternoon. They're like, you know what? You fill right into this place, man. You've got a job if you're willing to accept it. So most people are going to accept a job, right? A job is a job, especially if you don't have a job. He didn't get that concept. His mediocre little thought process didn't get that far. And he says, well, they're to blame, they're idiots, they're this, they're that. No, they're not. They're people. If you suddenly become unemployed, or maybe they needed a second job temporarily to support their family, or maybe they wanted to buy some IKEA shit, I don't know. I'm not those people. You're assuming their lives. I would rather have people go to a temp agency and go to a temp job and actually do a job than sit and leech off the system. It is very simple. How do people not understand this? I mean, people complain about people not working in the first place, and they leech off the system, and they sit on welfare and all this other stuff. Why are you complaining which method they use? I don't understand that. I honestly don't understand that. Long story short, he was talking about how he was near homelessness, and as a person who has gone through that, really triggered me. There's no near. You either are homeless or you aren't. If you have a shelter over your head, you're home. You got a home. If you don't, and you're out in the rain, and you're out in the cold, or the heat, or whatever, and you don't got food, and you don't know where your next buck or your next meal's gonna come from, you are homeless. When you don't have shelter, you don't know where anything's coming, you are homeless. Okay? And he talks about, well, my ambition would never let me. You know what? Life ain't hit you hard enough, and you should count your blessings. Life ain't hit you hard enough yet, buddy. Because when life hits you and breaks your ambition, it breaks your strength, it breaks your body even. For whatever reason, life will hit you the hard as hell, more so than anyone else in the world. And if you think your ambition's going to get you through, when life's got its boot on the back of your neck and it's standing on top of you, ambition ain't a word you recognize. It's digging with your nails in the dirt, it's digging and pushing. Okay? There is no ambition. That's survival. The ambition ain't even a word you want to spell or even slip out of your mouth when you're in that position. And I try to strive that to him. He goes, well, no. And this is a guy who pretty much has daddy support him and give him work experience and all that shit. So his daddy, and the fact that his daddy ran a business and all this other shit, helped him get him on his feet and an early jump start, more so than other people that don't have that ability. So when you have that little ability, you have a jump start on everyone else. And then he's like, well, go apply for fast food. Do you want to know how many people right now are losing their jobs because of fast food? McDonald's coming out with a self-serve kiosk where you stand there and you no longer need a person at the table to you know, the big long thing with the cash registers. You no longer need people to take your order. You press buttons on a screen, and it prints it out, and the little thing, it prints it out to the workers in the back who make your food. So they're cutting employees right now. That's in a workplace, in a work environment like that, and all these other places, and minimum wage rising, and certain places can't cover that amount, and then certain places, their bosses and their CEOs and everything are really being money greedy, and they're like, nope, I refuse. I would rather just give up on the business. I'll take my millions of dollars, I'll close my business, and bye. See ya. You're all out on the street. I'm fine. I'll go open another business in some other place like India or something that I'll pay people dirt cheap to do the work that you were going to do for 3 times, 4 times, even 5 times more than in, you know, it's just people don't understand that. That's how the world works. I literally was in that. I got let go from a job. It was a call service job. It was one of the actual jobs that I actually enjoyed, and I'm not going to say their company name or they'll probably come after me, and I don't have money to get lawyers to defend myself, but it was a job that I really enjoyed. And I was the #1 employee. I was top agent of the company. And I busted my ass to be up there. And pretty much long story short, they fired me and the whole entire American call center base because they were going to outsource to India, and they said it was a quote-unquote business decision. Because you work for them, by the way, because you sign certain papers, you cannot, NDAs and shit like that, you can't tell the inside of the business mechanics, you can't tell, you can if you feel wronged, and I technically feel wronged, and you got to find the loopholes in there. But the thing is I lost my job due to my job that I had done diligently for almost 4 years. And loved the job. I got it down to an ace. Because the CEO decided he wanted to save bottom line. That's what it's called, saving the bottom line. Because he can get a guy or a woman or whoever in India for $3 an hour versus what I was getting paid, which was $9 an hour. Will he be able to get the service and the ability that I was able to do? I got screenshots and everything of the the awesomeness that I did for that company, being ranked #1 in the top of a corporation, and especially in a top 100, and then the Microsoft job, which we won't get into, I was ranked one of the best agents they had. And that's one of the biggest names in the world. You don't have a secure job. So his ignorance of saying, no, go out there and you don't do temp jobs. You don't do through middleman. You don't do all this. You want to go straight to the job. You want to go straight to that company. And he argued it had more job security. Not really. Not anymore. Welcome to America. Hell, unions don't even have that much of job security anymore. Let's get real, folks. I mean, we've got a lot of issues right now. Gay parades and, you know, Trump and the Russia collusion and all this other shit. I'll tell you one thing. It's a backseat compared to the real issues in this country right now, let alone the world. So if you'll excuse me. Oh, I hate people that just... I hate people that live in ignorance. Let's go ahead and open a lunchbox. It just... Ooh, it grinds my gears, boy. It just grinds my gears. Nice. Got some power armor. We gotta wait for these raiders to get off my door. So that was quest 4 out of 6. Oh, damn. I was gonna take a look. It was quest 4 out of 6, so there's gotta be something that happens with 5. Maybe there was someone that got away. Maybe they got chased down. And then we've also got the other quest right now, which I'm waiting to do right now. As soon as these guys are all dead, which usually will take a moment. How are you not dead there? I'm like, she just ran around like it was a glitch or something. Which, by the way, if you watch the Royal Romance on my channel, I did notify Pixelberry of what happened. I never got any feedback from me yet. I'm assuming it's something that they'll patch in a future patch, hopefully. But figuring some of the spelling errors in some of their oldest chapters, I think it's something that they're just going to let slip. It was something that doesn't make or break your story. So yeah, that was 4 out of 6. We're coming out of 5 out of 6 next. We're now going to go to Food, Glorious Food. Not now in this video, but in the next one. High stakes, bring Deathclaw meat back to Chef. Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's where he's like, ha, I wonder if they'll survive. Prick. So, I hope y'all did enjoy that video. I hope I didn't rant too damn much. I hope I didn't sound too incoherent. Feel free to ask any questions or leave in the comment section. Comments are in this comment section below. Otherwise, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Please feel free to like and share. You can also follow me on social media. You know, if for whatever reason you ever want to chat or anything, you can always hit me up on social media as well. I always reply back. Otherwise, feel free to also support my channel and my content. There's a couple links down there in the description as well. And until next time, stay well, stay awesome, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.